Hello friends, it's October, which means it's time for another book of mine to come out. It's actually November 15th, but orders are coming in for Second Chance Dog, a love story to Bat and Kill Books. And I'm here for what is a new hallowed and cherished tradition, review of my new book by Marilyn Brooks, who's the mother of Connie Brooks, who owns the Bat and Kill bookstore where I am standing, my local bookstore and a great bookstore. So as is the custom, Marilyn has read the book, will talk to us about it, and I'll ask her a couple of questions about it. So I'm happy to introduce Marilyn Brooks and to launch the book tour for Second Chance Dog, a love story. Marilyn.
Okay, well, I just finished reading the galley of Second Chance Dog, and I certainly enjoyed it very much. And the first thing that I noticed about it was, obviously it's about love and finding love in different ways, but I also thought it's very much about trust. And that was a very beautiful part of it, I thought. John falls in love with Maria innocently and quickly. Maria needs to be sure she can trust John with her heart as her love grows gradually. John begins to love Maria's dog Frida only after digging into her past and then understanding her. Now John Cass has no trouble falling in love with the adorable Maria. It just happens. But before they can live together and have all of their dogs under one roof, John faces a training challenge. Now John has a great deal of knowledge about dogs. He has studied animal behavior and attachment theory. He also trains his dogs with a custom approach. He considers a dog's breeding, temperament, work, home life, and history to guide him to the right type of training for each individual dog. But training a ferocious Rottweiler Shepherd takes every bit of his patience. Still, it is during this time that John comes to love Frida's spirit and her great loyalty to the woman who loves her unconditionally. And people who love to read about dogs, as I do, are going to notice several things. One thing is that you'll get to follow John's progress with training Frida, which is based on consistency, respect, and kindness. And I think that's very interesting to see your progress. I think they will like reading a sort of story within the story where John writes how Frida might have survived alone in the Adirondacks. It's fun hearing more details about John and Maria's relationship and how they support and nurture one another. And there are many moments of humor in Second Chance Dog as well. And surprisingly, and somewhat shocking chapter called Dating, Sort of. The easiest way to buy the book from John's local bookstore is to email batandkillbooks.com and pay with PayPal or credit card. Or you can talk to us personally by calling 518-677-2515. Ask to have your copy signed by John or Maria or both of them, and we can ship it to you anywhere. And the other good news is Dancing Dogs, John's book of short stories, came out in paperback, and it's $15. So if anybody missed that or wants to give it to a friend, it's a really good time to get it in paperback.
And John will sign all these books. And
yes.
So will Maria.
He will sign, and he's got that adorable picture that the other one had. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it.
Marilyn, did anything surprise you about it?
You know, I had a feeling you were going to ask me that.
You knew that.
And what I noticed was, I think you described yourself as impulsive and impatient. And after reading this, I really don't think that you can say that anymore, because I think it took a huge amount of patience to train Frida, and I don't think too many people could have.
Well, Maria was worth it.
Patience. So that was quite surprising that you would say that you were impatient. Maybe you are about some things, but
well, I used to be. I used to be. I've had it beaten out of me, I think. So you get to know Frida too, and I think that I was very interested in writing about the training of Frida, which was very complex, and I learned a lot about it. Did you read the stuff about Helen Keller and Annie Sullivan and that stuff?
Yes.
Does that surprise you? Or did you know that?
Well, a long time ago, I think I read about Helen Keller. I really had not thought about it that way, no, so that was surprising. Yeah.
Well, it's always good when you can surprise people a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. You did a great job as usual. I really appreciate it. We'll have more videos as the book tour goes on. And I'm going to drag Connie over here in a minute to talk a little bit too about her plans for this book and other stuff. So
Okay.
thank you very much, Marilyn.
You're very welcome.
So this is the greatest mother-daughter team, and Connie and I, of course, and I are an old vaudeville act by now. Thanks, Marilyn.
Thank you.